Good morning. We are live, and welcome to Sunday morning. Welcome to Tarot Time. Welcome to the Medium channel, where we bring you the spirituality behind the message. And we're here to assist in the awakening process. We're in this great awakening now. A lot more people are going to be starting to catch spirit, catch the energy, catch the vibration of spirit. So if you're one of those people that are starting to feel or sense things differently, or opening up more intuitively, or feeling more energy, or getting ascension symptoms, you're in the right place. You're in a safe place here. So thank you for joining us, and thank you for joining us for Tarot Time. And on a Sunday morning, my question always is, are we coffee, tea, or caffeine free this morning? So far, I've just had green tea, which is amazing because I didn't really, and I'm rubbing my eyes, didn't really sleep a whole lot last night, nor this week. So, anyway, welcome everybody. And we're going to get right down to it. I was just peeking at the ephemeris. The aspects don't look too crazy, though we're still kind of in a Mars Pluto square. The energy's still very edgy, but what's happening is that the moon is starting to wane now, and um, and that aspect is starting to lessen. So during the waning moon, the energy start to decrease a little bit. Starts to mellow out a little bit, and Mercury is still in its shadow, so things are still a little bit a little bit, what's the right word, sketchy in the world, or and stuff like that. And I think tomorrow we have Neptune and Venus are going to square, so it may not, you know, later today into around Tuesday or so may not be the best time for intellectual stuff. That tends to favor things like arts, meditation, spirituality. So instead of getting involved in a lot of paperwork or organization, you may want to just pick up your old guitar or do something artistic and creative. So anyway, ginger green tea. Oh, that's what I had this morning too, Michael. Ginger green tea. That was my caffeine free green tea with lemon. Okay. Terrible night's sleep here too. Yeah, I had a really busy 2 days of readings, and I woke up like, from not sleeping. So how do you wake up from not sleeping? I know, um, but I woke up kind of like dizzy. I do my morning breathing, my meditation, do my cold showers. I'm still like, oh, okay, let's see if I can ground myself for tarot time. So anyway, as promised, let's get right into this. And thank you, everybody. Oh, by the way, we'll get right into this in a second. But this week on Tuesday, we're doing a mediumship event on Zoom, which I do that every month or so. This time it's just going to be me. And then Thursday, I have a class called Spirit Guide Therapy. And it's not only about how to connect with your guides, but how to work with them during this time of change and ascension to basically stay sane, but also to help you with your spiritual therapy. So that's going to be Thursday night. I left the information on the top of the comment streams here live, and then when this goes into video, I'll put it back in the comments. And then, of course, as always, we have a membership program, my inner core group, Spirit Mind Family, where we delve deeper into the topics we have on the Medium channel. So if you want to check that out and see if that's right for you, um, that's at the top also. Okie doke. Um, so again, I'm just looking at your comments. So for those that don't know, tarot, is a very ancient, mystical wisdom tool, and it's said to have been created by an artist, if I'm remembering his name, Bonifacio Bembo, I think, from King Ferdinand II's court. And they made a game out of these prints called tarot. And you may notice, that playing cards and tarot cards are very similar, because the playing cards came out of the tarot cards. And what they did with playing cards is they condensed the entire major arcana. And if you don't know, the major arcana are the cards that have the words on them, like the world card is major arcana, whereas like this card, the Queen of Pentacles that I just pulled, is minor arcana. So they condensed that into the Fool and then into the Joker. So the entire 22 card deck, called the Major Arcana in the Tarot, became the Joker in playing cards. And then the pages and the knights became jacks. But other than that, it's the same. The suit of hearts is the cups in the tarot. The suit of wands is the clubs. The suit of pentacles. Yeah, I can't think this morning. The suit of pentacles was diamond, and the suit of swords became the spade. I got that right. So what I'm going to do now is pick a pick a meditation card for us for the week. And like I said, moon is waning, so the energy, it's just starting to wane. Mercury's at the end of its shadow. Energy settling down a little bit. If you want to get more detailed of an astrological mood cast, as Armand calls it, check out Armand Diaz and his Integral Astrology channel. And if you like more personalized tarot readings where you get to pick a deck, that would be Elevated Intuition, Spirituality, and Tarot. That's Amy's channel. If she's, well, I don't think she's on this morning, but if she is, she might share some information. So just wanted to give those quick shout outs before I begin. And let's get right into it. Beautiful, sunny, chilly day here in the Catskills. It got down, I think, to the upper 30s to near 40 last night. So it's late October. It's autumn. They're expecting a lot of rain. California's getting, Northern California's getting soaked. So that's our new climate, either drought or flood, basically. So they've been in a 2-year drought. Now they're getting a flood. All right, we may get a little minor flooding up here come Monday and Tuesday, just as a little heads up with the weather. Some pretty soaking rains are coming. Okay, so meditating with tarot. Let me pull the card. I'll explain how I do it for those that are new or those that are old like me. Okay, I need to stop making jokes and tune into spirit. Okay, pull me the top card. Okay, top card is this one. Is the one that I pulled for our meditation card. She's a significant of the sign Aries, and in this deck, the Henson Roberts deck, it looks like he's holding a crystal ball. I don't know if looks like he's holding a crystal ball and an Ankh. Everything's opposite on my StreamYard screen. So I go this way, the screen goes the other way. So interesting. I wonder, for some of you, he may be a spirit guide, or may just be an energy or vibration. The sign Aries has been very significant because we just had an Aries full moon. So we're sort of in that kind of vibration a little bit still, even though the moon is, where's the moon today? It's not in Taurus. Did it go into Gemini already? I think it's in Gemini. Anyways, if anybody knows that, you can write that down. And Gemini gets very mentally active, and then we had that Venus Neptune square, which tends to be very much more in the intuitive and creative realm. So anyways, so we want to do like any other meditation. You want to get relaxed and present, and then when you take a mental snapshot of the card, or you can have your own deck and have your card in front of you. When you have your eyes closed, visualize the card, but see that this picture is a doorway. And when you step in the doorway, you have a whole 360-degree panoramic view that's not shown in the card. So as you're meditating, see what's going on in the card. What the energy feels like to you. If there's other people, what they're doing. If there's other scenes, what's happening. these are all spirit giving you messages. And the card itself about Aries is really about take action, take your next step towards self mastery or self control. Be the ruler of yourself and your own vibration and energy. You have stuff like that. It's very connected to the Emperor card, and see who you meet or what happens at 5 p.m. Okay, so it's been in Gemini for a day or so. Then if it's going into Cancer tomorrow 5, so and also we had which means there'll be a void of course moon sometime tomorrow, and with again that tends to be it's not the most action. It's tend to be a little bit more kind of la la land kind of energy, especially when Neptune comes into play and squaring Venus. You may get a lot of artistic inspiration, and it's good for writers also. So the next thing I want to do is just pull 3 cards as kind of like an energy forecast for us in the world around us. So that's the next phase. Oh, I missed 11:11 by a minute. Oh, you guys are not on it today. Nobody wrote 11:11 down. Okay, I forgive you. All right, so I will ask Spirit, give us the energy forecast. And again, as I mentioned in the beginning, there's big ascension energy. I mean, people have been talking about that for at least a decade, if not longer. And that's because the energies have been gradually building, but it's sort of on that upslope. So it's sort of the building of the energy is accelerating, and big changes are ahead. That's part of the things that's, and I'm actually going to come on Tuesday morning and talk a little bit more about this. But my guides have definitely been giving me the heads up that we're really coming into some pretty hairy times. But for us to stay more in a meditative posture, so to speak, and that means learning how to observe rather than react. And the more that you meditate, the more you practice, the more natural it'll be. Because the forces that be, the powers that control things, want us to be in reaction, because that diminishes our connection to spirit, and it diminishes our energy, basically. So we should only be in fight or flight, as I say practically every live stream. You guys are getting tired of this, I'm sure, but we're not supposed to be in stress and survival hormones 24/7. It's only supposed to happen when there's actually a real threat. And so the way to counter that is through meditation, presence, and being the observer. And then when you react, it's fine. We're programmed to react. We're programmed through our innate survival instincts. And then on top of that, we're programmed by society to be reactive. Observe your reactions. Don't make a big deal about it, or don't react to the fact that you reacted to something and make it twice as bad. Instead, step back and be the observer. Oh boy. Sunday morning. Okay. So in tarot, a lot of tarot readers will break the cards into 3 decks. And I've heard different explanations of that, but the strongest one for me is that there's 3 pillars on the tree of life, and tarot is very linked into the tree of life. And I kind of abandoned that whole thought earlier about talking about the tarot being an esoteric tool and everything. Well, actually, I went into talking about the relationship with the playing cards, so we're good. But before these prints, like the artists from Spain, Bonifacio Membo, or was it Italy? No, it's King Ferdinand. They noticed that they were medieval prints in the Renaissance times, just like in the 1500s. So scholars did some further research and found that that the origins of tarot, they could trace it back to the Kabbalah, which is one of the Judaic books of wisdom, and there's a glyph called the Tree of Life in it that has 3 pillars. So we break into 3 piles, and then, okay, Spirit, guide me to the right cards, please. Thank you. Okay, this one. And this, no, this one. Okay. And let's see what we have here. Okay, so that's kind of interesting energy. These are the cards that are guided to all minor arcana, although our meditation card, which I think is significant in terms of overlaying the energy of these cards with the Emperor, because to me, this is just kind of showing like a lot of people have really like are up to here with the news and everything going on, and then I think other people are tired of people like me, or people that talk about ascension and stuff like that, talking about the great awakening. This is going to happen. It's like, oh no, it didn't happen this time, so it's going to happen this time, or whatever. Now, if you've been following me, I have not really talked about stuff that a lot of other people did, like predicting things going on last spring that didn't happen, or last summer, or this autumn. I've been very keyed on in the late autumn and the winter, and um um and okay, deep breath, Adam. And things like preparing, stocking up. I mean, it's always a good idea to have supplies. Like, it's always a good idea, no matter what, to have enough drinking water for at least 3 days. And if you figure that every adult needs a gallon of water, that's a lot of drinking water. To have dry foods, non-perishables, always a good idea. But I haven't been one of those saying, you got this done, do this, until we get into these times. I do believe, and we're seeing signs of that around us, that there's supply shortages developing. I mean, there have been, since the pandemic began, and to greater or lesser degree, but it's starting to really rear its ugly head now, that some of this really, for what's being shown from spirit, is kind of a planned or an organized agenda in order to further the controller, to kind of dictate the movements and the progression of society and stuff like that. But these cards are kind of making me feel like people are just sort of tired of the whole rhetoric and everything. It's kind of like in this collective group now, we need a little bit of a timeout, just to kind of step back from all the drama and trauma, and really get into our own heads and our own spirit. So I feel like what this is showing me, a couple of things. One, it's a good time really to just kind of step back and plan things, and to really kind of get maybe do a little bit more meditation, and get you'll get a sense of like where you're at right now. You're like being honest with yourself. It's like, am I scared? Do I feel empowered? Am I really emotional? You just kind of to take stock, because it's almost like like with the collective and such unrest, that we get caught up in this energy. And last week was such high octane energetically. It's almost like the moon's waning now. There's a natural lull. We kind of just sort of need to settle into that a little bit. Being that these are pentacles and they're upside down, we may get some. The word shocking came up in my mind, though I don't think it's going to be this week. I think it may be a week or two. But news about like the whole financial market, something may fall, like some investments may crash, something like that. And I'm saying that, I'm just hearing in my mind from spirit. It's good to get your money out of anything speculative. I've been one thing I've been sort of saying is, people that have money to invest, you may want to consider gold or precious metals. I mean, at least that's supposed to be the standard that currency is based on. Of course, the dollar's been off the gold standard since the Nixon era, um, but in any event, this feels like like there may be some falling, off of something financial or some news or stuff like that. Although the Four of Swords can mean a lot of things, this feels very medical to me. I think that there's also some, I wouldn't call it breakthroughs, but some news or and sometimes we don't get the news, on mainstream media, but often the major things have a way of trickling into that. But yeah, there may be things about treatments or options, or things like where did this issue that started a little over a year ago in March really come from? Was it a lab? Was it nature? These have been questions that have been floating around for a while, but I feel like a few things are going to come out with that. So I almost feel like I'm seeing this as more like some news from the medical industry about things that may not be true, that we've been made to think are true, and stuff along those lines. And this is really for us, us, or as anybody that's watching this as a video, also not just the 20 or so people that are on live. Really like a letting go energy, like we just really kind of need to heal and clear stuff and really start to get into our own power, get into that Emperor card energy of self-mastery and stuff like that. So what else is trying to tell me? A lot of meditation. Self-care is the word that comes up. I think for whatever reason, maybe the human resonance is all over the place. Maybe we just had. I think we just had a kind of an uptick in the frequencies of cosmic energy that we're all experiencing, and this is a time to kind of rest and take it easy. Basically, I mean, obviously we have to work, we have obligations, we have lives, but to the best of your ability to do that. So let me just see what else. Yeah, they're saying stay calm. It's hit the reset button basically. We're once we hit the next new moon. Well, we have Halloween coming up on Sunday, and then we have the new moon the following week. Once we hit that, we come into eclipse season. Then we come into Venus going retrograde and more hard aspects. And then we come into the country's first Pluto return, the USA's first Pluto return, which the energy really started earlier in October. I mean, it's been around us for a while because Pluto moves very slowly. But once Pluto came out of retrograde, it's in its final approach now to the actual degree that Pluto was in when the USA was born way back in July 4th, 1776. And it was in the country's second house, which is financial. So we're going to see a lot of that money, that kind of energy. So what else is trying to say? There's another message, and it almost comes in, and then it doesn't. So what is the other message? Well, pray a lot. Yes, work with the angels. Okay, we got that. All right, it may come later on. I'm going to move on. Let me just see what else I can pick up on. You talked about money. Okay. Yeah, maybe good to start to stock up on things. I think this week we're going to see more shortages and of things in supermarkets and stuff like that. I think I must have gone to it. I may get another thought or that comes to some of the other decks. And all right, so we're not too crazy with time. It's only 11:25 now. Shaku, yeah, like and subscribe. Thank you for saying that. Yeah, if you guys want to like this, it at least theoretically, the YouTube algorithm sends it out to more people. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Amy's on. Good. So I don't know if you heard that we gave you a little shout out. You may get a few hits on your channel. It's a process through the Great Awakening. People want instant gratification. That's an excellent point. Thank you. Yeah. the thing is, learn to be present, learn to be the observer. I talk a lot about the observer effect in quantum physics. It's proven, not just, some. It's funny. Somebody was, I go on other people's channels. I watch their videos and I comment on their videos also. That's how we create community on YouTube and everything. Somebody asked me a question, no new age mumbo jumbo or whatever. I'm like, who, me, new age mumbo jumbo? Surely you have the wrong medium. But in any event, the observer effect is, it's not new age, it's science, it's quantum physics, and it's been proven scientifically that subatomic particles, certain subatomic particles, behave differently when there's an actual observer, because the whole act of observing is energetic. Everything is energy. So when we shift our energy, it shifts the subatomic particles, which basically means it changes physical reality, which basically means physical reality is not physical, it's energy, or the physical is energy. And of course, atoms. Yes, here Adam is going to talk about atoms again. Yes, um, are 99.999, I think, percent energy, depending on, like hydrogen is less matter, more energy, and the heavy metals may anyway, I'm being too technical. The idea is that atoms are not solid. They're pretty much, they're energy fields with a tiny nucleus in the middle is what an atom is. So this is my Native American deck, to just kind of add a little bit of wisdom to what was shown. And the card is, I broke my glasses last night, so they're one arm glasses now. Cultivation, and it relates to the Five of Pentacles in the tarot. So that's what this card looks like. Cultivate the right energy, the right attitude. Getting back to what Amy was saying, instant gratification and all that. We have to cultivate the right gratitude. We must be grateful for what we have right now in the present moment, and through gratitude we will cultivate a reality that energetically aligned with that vibration of gratitude. And also compassion doesn't hurt, and caring, and stuff like that. And reverence. I'm going to add that next time I do a video about heart brain coherence. I'm going to add reverence to the list of emotions to cultivate in the heart center. So, reverence, gratitude, and compassion. And if you're able to do that and sit with that energy in your heart, feel what you're feeling in your heart, in your brain, and then the heart communicates with the brain anyway. So when you uplift the vibration of the heart, you shift the brain frequencies also. It's again, there's science to back that up. But anyway, you all can go to Heart Math Institute and find find that yourself. So cultivate the right attitude, the right energy. It's kind of like, because the week's energy is better for planning than for acting. um, what plan, not, again, not just for food shortages. I mean, that's a good idea to plan for that, but just to plan like your spiritual life, I guess, or what you're going to accomplish, or what your goals are. And and to ground, because it's all cultivation is all about like planting, grounding. So ground, be back with the earth, because when we get freaked out by the news, we abandon our lower chakras and we go right into our upper chakras, because when there's a threat around us, it's almost like we have to anticipate that threat, and then we go more into our intuitive chakras. But it's not like we're expansive in our intuitive chakras, we're contracting into them. So we're not even letting spirit in when we do that. So when we can ground and relax, then we can, from the root up, we can start to open our chakras, almost like the plants growing, and then then they create branches, then leaves and flowers. So our auras will do that root and then grow up from your roots and open your chakras. And then when you open through the crown and expand through the crown, that's when you become one with spirit. And that's when you start to get messages from your guides, from your deceased loved ones, from God, from spirit, from source. So anyways, charge my water. Yes, charging water is a really good thing also. So next on the agenda, let's see what the messages from the animals have to say. So that's my next little divination thing. This is the one I'm being guided to. Interesting. In my mind, I'm seeing an owl. On the deck, I picked a snow leopard. Go figure. But owls are like the night eagles, and we started Halloween and Samhain season actually yesterday when the sun went into Scorpio. So the little glyph here is takes I love the consistency of these. Spirit is definitely talking to us. Take some time out of usual life and spend it in solitude. Yeah, snow leopards are solitary predators, right? So that makes a lot of sense. And the interesting thing is in this image, he's kind of perched up on this rock and kind of looking at the side. So even in solitude, the hunter and the solitary animal is always aware of their surroundings, always aware of not looking for potential danger, but aware of it. But again, when you're calm and you're in your presence, then you start to feel energy, and danger is a very visceral, palpable energy, and if I'm just relaxed and I feel like a wave of anxiety and I'm not in my thoughts, I take notice of that. It's like, why did I feel that? And sometimes I get an image of somebody. It's like I kind of reached this point. I have to say, that if I'm in my presence, obviously if I'm not present, it's not going to work. But if I'm in my presence, it's like people that I know of, I'm aware of. If they think about me, I can't say 100% of the time, but I'll just feel people and get random images of people in my mind, and I know they're thinking about me in that moment. And of course, on YouTube, we're still, a young and small channel, but I am approaching 2,000 subscribers, and people are watching videos, and I'm feeling more energy of the public, and I'm having to really practice my centering and grounding and my breathing and really being in my own space and energy. So, it's interesting. And last thing, where are my angel cards? Oh, here they are. Last thing I wanted to pull was from the angel deck. Amen for the snow leopard. Yes. So anyway, yeah, we're on the push for 2,000 here. So if anybody likes this work and knows people that are awakening or about to awaken that can benefit from this work, share the channel. Yeah, apparently I'm not above what's the word? Shameless promotion. But it's for a cause. Yeah, it's for us. So the medium channel, and other channels like me, we're here for community, and we're here to be teachers and way showers as humanity comes into its next level of evolution. People like myself, it's my own term, I call us forerunners. I had my initial awakening in 1979. So I was going without a ton of help, mind you, because not too many people understood this. I was going through then, like in the 80s and into the 2000s, what a lot of people are starting to go through now. And so there's a lot of channels that are popping up. Maybe 10 to 15% of them are genuine. So again, trust your instincts, because people, you can't help but to broadcast your intentions to the world. and people can't help but to subconsciously pick up on it. So when diving into new channels and new teachers and creators, you'll feel with your heart if the person's genuine and wanting to really be part of this community and make a difference, versus those that want to exploit a situation for personal benefit and gain. You'll feel the desperation with the other side, with the other side of that, if that makes sense. This card is being highlighted. I'm going to go with it, and it's Vanessa. And what Vanessa has to say, she's very powerful too, right? And what she has to say is, to make your decision, ask yourself, which way brings me closer to my divine purpose, which way takes me away from it. So when you check out new channels, there's a lot of brilliant channels. At one point, maybe I'll have a list for you. Um, but for right now, I can't really think of it. I mean, because there's certain channels that I go to that I feel are very good. Um, so trust your heart. This is had a very kind of a powerful sort of a warrior sort of a vibe to it, I want to say. So as you're stepping back a little bit and be more the observer and taking a deep breath, taking a deep exhale, getting ready for the next wave of energy to come in, this might be a time to really focus on what is my divine purpose. And the hint of that is that everything that you've done up until this moment has prepared you for your ultimate divine mission. Because as the world flips and changes and the level of consciousness raises, and it only takes about 1% of people to create a whole paradigm shift in collective consciousness. So once that's achieved, we're going to see bigger and bigger waves of people starting to say, "Why am I feeling this way? I'm feeling energies. I'm feeling like this is all an illusion, and that physical matter is just energy." It's like people are starting to wake up and they look around and say, what I thought was real is not real, and there's a higher power. It's like a next, like waves upon waves that are happening, and and the world's changing. So consciousness is changing. So everything you've done up until now has prepared you for what your purpose is. And if you're watching this and you gravitate towards YouTube or whatever, people that are really working to help with the awakening process, it means that you're awakening. It just basically means that you're part of that. That you're going to be the next kind of generation of forerunners to when the masses, like the truck drivers, and although I shouldn't stereotype, because there are truck drivers that are very awake, but you understand that, and America's not built on like teachers and scientists. It's built on farmers and truck drivers and people that do manual labor, basically. So it's kind of like as people that are not really studying spirituality start to really start to feel it, then we know that the whole that everything's shifting. All right, so I'm kind of babbling now. I think that's my sign to say goodbye to everybody, and and to thank everybody for stopping in this morning. Have a wonderful day. So Tuesday around 11, I'm going to do a lot. I don't know exactly what I'm going to talk about, but something related to the awakening, and it's also Spirit Communication Month here on the Medium channel, as well as on Spirit Mind Family. That's my inner core membership program. So again, information on that, and I'm doing mediumship night on Tuesday on Zoom, and a class Spirit Guide Therapy Thursday night on Zoom, and of course, mediumship is getting messages from the other side. Oh, on Thursday, I've got a nice fun upload about witches and Wicca for Halloween. So that's my Thursday upload here on the Medium channel. And that's it. So if anybody's interested in getting messages, and this is a like a virtual gallery. So there'll be no more than 20 people. We'll keep 25 at the very most, um, but I can't guarantee that everyone will get a message, but I'll do my best to get to everybody. And then on Halloween night at 8 o'clock, I'm going to do free mediumship here on the channel, but we generally get about 80 people in when I do this. So you may get a message there also, but anyway, your odds are a lot better. Yeah, it costs a little bit of money. It's $20, but it goes to a good cause, me and my channel. So thank you, everybody. Many blessings. And if you want to dive deeper into working with your spirit guides on more of a therapeutic manner, that's what Thursday class is going to be all about, how to recognize and work with your guides. Okie doke. Information's on the top. I love you. Thank you, everybody. Stay safe. Stay in your own lane. Stay in the eye of the storm. And that's the best advice we can give during these changing times. And be the light. Be, you're not just to be the teacher, but also to be the lesson that you're teaching. And that's how the world's going to respond and start to get it. So thank you.